Hello everyone, welcome to English 131, Technical Writing. I am your instructor for this online class. My name is Richard Nunez and I'm going to introduce myself, take a little time to introduce myself. And I thought I should start with this particular moment in my life. It was pretty pivotal and I admit I talk about it a little too much, but Kenya was certainly an important time in my life. I spent 2 years there. The first year was teaching American literature at the University of Nairobi, and the second year was actually working on an elephant project in Amboseli National Park with the Maasai. It was a project that tried to understand the problems and that the attitudes that the Maasai people had with wildlife, particularly elephants, and so we were trying to find ways to mitigate those problems, and I think we were fairly successful. That's me when I was younger in Amboseli National Park, and you can see the elephant in the background. They are the most researched elephants in the world, and so they tend to have a friendly attitude towards human beings, although they still can be dangerous. But I wasn't concerned at all. Being that close to them in the wild. Here is actually, I know this man, Saibulu. He's talking with his friends. He actually worked with us on a research project, and it's probably my favorite photo I've taken the entire time there. But anyway, that was an amazing experience for me, and certainly transformed me in ways I can't possibly repay. I went to 3 different colleges until I finally decided to enter the real world. I started out at Southern Illinois University as a film major, but I soon realized that the cost of making films at that time period, it was before the digital era, the cost was fairly prohibitive, so I switched to journalism and majored in journalism for a couple of years before I took a creative writing class, a fiction writing class with a man named Richard Russo, who is a great writer. He's won the Pulitzer Prize for his novel Empire Falls. But he was just starting out at the time and was a professor there. And I took that class with him, and it was an amazing experience. And I pretty much did not look back. The first story I ever wrote for that class was actually published in the literary magazine of the university. That's how inspiring it was for me as a class. I then went on to get my master's degree at New Mexico State University, a Master of Arts in Creative Writing. And then after that, I decided to get my terminal degree, which is a Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing at the University of Montana. I am a father of 2, and aren't they adorable in this picture? But as I point out here, they are teenagers now. And they don't like to have their photos taken, so I have to use old ones. I'm also right now an avid trail runner. I've been running all my life, but sometime in the early 2000s, I developed plantar fasciitis that prevented me from running for almost 10 years. And then when I moved back here, back in 2015, the trails were calling me, so I decided I'd give it a try again, and oddly enough, I'm fine, and have been running since, and I just love it. It's a passion of mine, and certainly I have to get out there almost every day. Otherwise, I feel like it's kind of like my meditation. I'm also a published writer, and you can find some of my stuff out there online. This one is available online if you do some digging. There's Deserts Out There. It's probably my favorite short story. I wrote it about 15, 20 years ago. And you can find the entire story if you do some searching. It's actually available through the University of Montana website. And I also have a blog about my experiences in Kenya. It's called the Hippocampal Hijack. It's based on, the title is a play off of the amygdala hijack. And if you don't know anything about that, that just means you experience something that you get stuck in, a moment you get stuck in. There's a famous, a fairly good YouTube song or video about a guy who gets a kicker for a football team who gets stuck in a moment where he misses the field goal, and he relives that moment over and over again. But the hippocampals where our memories reside, and so I decided to hijack that term. This is about a series of moments in my life in those 2 years I spent in Kenya. So you'll get to know me a lot about me by reading that, because that's personal. I also wanted to show you how to navigate this course. So I'm going to close this and go to the class page. We're not actually on it. So once you log into, actually I'll show you, once you log into D2L, you're going to see a list of your classes here, and you should see, I'm doing this as student view. Hold on a second. I got to move myself. All right. So once you log in, you'll see a list of your courses here for the summer, and you want to click on the appropriate one. Obviously, this is our class here, and you will see this page here. There are no announcements yet, but I will use on a fairly regular basis. You'll see announcements pop up probably every week, and make sure you read them carefully. Just don't browse through them and dismiss the stuff in there. And actually this video recording will appear in the announcements, so look for it there. And then, how do you navigate this course is go to course materials, content, and there you will see information on how to get started. But if you're familiar with an online class, you know typically it's broken up into weekly assignments and exercises. So for week 1, all you have to do is click on week 1, June 1 through 6th. And yes, that was an intentionally creepy photo of Nicolas Cage. But I love it. And what you want to do is click on every week, click on the weekly to-do list. And that will give you information about everything that's due that week, what you should be reading and what quizzes you should be taking if you're. And it does provide links, and I've checked all of them, so as far as I know, they all work. But if they don't, email me. And the best way to email me is right up here. Not my front range email. This is the best one for the online class, because I'm always checking the email for my online classes. But you have links here for the syllabus, so if you click on that, you can access the syllabus, and you want to print that out, particularly the schedule, because that'll give you information on what's due this week. But again, I think the best way to know what you should be doing is going to this weekly to-do list, and it will offer you specific information. So here is the week 1 hello discussion, so you're just introducing yourself like I'm introducing myself now. And click on that, and it should take you to the discussion board, and you just have to start a new thread and post something. Follow the instructions carefully. So yeah, follow those weekly to-do lists, and you should be able to stay on task. But again, if you have questions, always contact me, email me. I can always, if it's something that we need to talk about one-on-one, then I can probably set up Zoom appointments with you. But yeah, just follow these until the end of the semester. You can check your grades here, progress grades, and you'll see, since nobody has submitted anything, I can legally show you this. Everybody's here, and you can follow your grade here. You'll see the percentage, but don't be fooled by that. My advice is always to count the points that you're missing and subtract them from 1,000 and or is it from 100? Yes, this is. I have 2 different types of grading system, and for the online course, no, it should be 1,000. But I'm gonna talk about that actually in the first week of class, so don't worry about it. But you can always check your progress. There are all the activities, the assignments are here. This is where you submit your major assignments. This is where you can access the discussion boards, and then the reading quizzes and other types of quizzes are available here. There are resources available to you like the Online Writing Center, which I would encourage you to use to get feedback. These are instructors just like me who are offering you feedback, so I would highly encourage you to do that. And if you click on that link, you'll be able to see information on how to use the Online Writing Center. But otherwise, you want to go to Content. That's where you'll find the weekly to-do list and all the materials that you'll need for your assignments. And the other thing I would point out is calendar. And that will give you a list of all your due dates listed here. So if you click on that, so actually we should look at our week. So June, actually over here. So in June, these are all the due dates. As you can see, most of them are going to be due on Sunday, but some of them are due during the week as well. The only thing that is not posted in the calendar are the discussion board assignments, but typically you'll be posting on Wednesday or Friday and responding by Saturday or Sunday. Just follow the instructions for each discussion board assignment and it should be fairly clear. But yeah, you can click on any of these and it will tell you, but these aren't all your due dates. These are two different sections of technical writing, so there are only 3 things due. So if you click on that, you can then go to the assignment. Well, at least it'll let you know what's due. That is it, folks. Again, if you do have questions for me, then as I said, the best way to get a hold of me is through this email here. And the only other thing I wanted to point out, this is the textbook. I know it's expensive, but it's going to be very helpful to you. It's Technical Communication by Markell and Selber. It's in the syllabus, the information with the ISBN. But this is going to be helpful to you. It'll be the Bible for your assignments, and keep it next to you because I guarantee you're going to be referring to it in order to fulfill some of these assignments. That's it. I look forward to meeting you online. Have a great summer.